In the morning when I'm driving, I really come alive when I listen to my Ronnie, I listen to my Ronnie Q. They are rare and they are few who can compare with Ronnie Q. So grab a chair, she's coming through. She's on the air, it's time for Ronnie Q. They are rare and they are few who can compare with Ronnie Q. So grab a chair, she's coming through. She's on the air, it's time for Ronnie Q. Ronnie Q. It's time for Ronnie Q. Ronnie Q. It's time for Ronnie Q. In the morning while I'm driving, Ronnie, I really come alive when it's time for Ronnie Q. I listen to my Ronnie, Ronnie. I listen to my Ronnie. It's time for Ronnie Q. Take a seat and go meet Ronnie. Sweet, 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 sweet Ronnie. No day complete.
Grand Rising. I hope you guys can hear me this morning. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Thank you, Liz. I appreciate you being here. A view is a view. Grand Rising to you. Bernice, thank you very much. I appreciate you so much. Grand Rising to you. Auntie Donna, where did you get that cute one from? I appreciate you being here. Thumbs up and shared. Thank you, of you as a view. Miss Queenie, Grand Rising to you. And TCHBCU, Queen, Grand Rising to you as well. Thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate the show. I had to just start all over from what I was going to talk about yesterday. And this is what I want to talk about on yesterday. Grand Rising, Charlie, thank you for being here. I said, God, nobody told me that Brianna passed out on her live. And then I looked closer and it wasn't a huge neck, a chin combined to the chest. And I looked closer. I said, oh, that's Ness. I think she needs to stop dropping the drops. And I think she needs to drink those drops in a 32-ounce cup at this point, because those drops are not dropping the pounds. So, okay. Hey, Brianna, busted Ben shot. Yes. Okay. So, I just wanted to, and this little one I had right here. I was talking through it on the end of my intro. This is Ness. This is why Ness moved out of her old place, because Nick was no good to her when she used to come home and she needed help going up the stairs, and she would call Nick and Nick would come back that way to help her up the stairs. So that is my rendition of why Ness had enough of Nick and said, I can do bad all by myself. Don't you know? Okay, let me quit clowning. Let me remove Ness from the screen. Ness is a mess. Grand Rising, very Carrie. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, so I was over in that live that Ness did the other day, and I didn't get that far in the live, and then I saw this picture and heard that she had passed out on her live, and I'm just like, well, okay, people gotta go through their own lessons, and it was off the tails of her saying she was grateful that she had moved, and that's a good thing. If it's a good thing for her, that's all some good things. So um yeah, I was just and it seems like, I don't know, you know whatever. Okay, it's not my business. Okay, hey, DC Kool-Aid and Lisa Production, thank you for joining me. I think that mm, I thought she said that her son watches her videos. So I think that there's a time to put the in stream show. I mean, I don't understand why people uh, insist on just passing out. I mean, you look at them, they are akin to Rob Rack. When Rob Rack used to drink and he couldn't uh, pull himself away from YouTube until he passed out. So we have our female and male remnants of Rob Rack in our beef sector in the form of Lemon and Ness. I mean, it's not like they go to sleep; they pass out. So I guess it's entertainment. So as long as people watch. No contractors on the property today. Yay! Is your pool done? Grand Rising, Tisa. Yaya said it. Hey, Yaya, Grand Rising. So now here's some stuff that came about on yesterday. Um, Let me put it in the order of how I understand it to have happened. So it's alleged that Sean Bradley saw a post in Lipstick Alley and decided to, I believe, post it in his, what is it, Patreon. Uh, and so it was over there on his Patreon channel. I saw this and I didn't even think anything about it. Triple was good friends with Bree and the crew. He also, in quotes, talked to ODS. Triple spilled tea to TMO that Bree shared with him. He also spilled tea about ODS sucking Rico. Bree was gossiping with him about Pisa's husband cheating on her, and the Miss O told Nina. When Nina and Pisa got into when Nina and Pisa got into it, Nina is cut off. I guess that's when they mean that Nina threw it in Pizarro's face that her husband was cheating on her. So that was the catalyst, and then the second thing that happened was Bree came out and she said that she had talked to Triple and he said that it didn't happen or something to that effect. I don't know. I can't even remember. She lies so much and she was like, and let me tell you, that's not what happened. And when I said that, I misspoke. And what I meant to say was something that I didn't say, but now I misspoke. Okay, so I don't know what the fuck she was talking about because I don't even know that live. So Bree came out and said that she saw somebody told her about what Sean Bradley was saying and this, that, and the other, blah, 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 in his Patreon. So Then Triple Red comes out. No, Triple Red came out first because after this post that he wrote that they for some reason don't want to read out loud. I noticed on I was in Pizarro's chat yesterday and it was all the Triple Red didn't say this and it was a misunderstanding, but they just quite, and I asked in the chat, why are you leaving things out that was in his post? There was quite a few things that was left out in his post, and then Big Sexy was sitting up there acting as if she didn't know whether she wanted to support what Triple Red was saying or if she was gonna have to cuss him out. Okay, so let's address the lies and magical theory. So okay. So there was nothing said about him saying, let's address the lies. And he was addressing what Big Sexy has said. Okay, let's address the lies and magical theories. I did not tell TMO anything about Big Sexy, Pizza, or any content creators' personal information. Two, I did not admit anything to Big Sexy about me telling Themis O anything. Not so sure why she said that. See, that's the main thing that was left out. I misspoke. I meant to say. So what he did, he put you on Front Street. He said he did not admit to telling Big Sexy anything, and I'm not so sure why she said that. She can read the email, nor did I lie on Big Sexy. I don't know anything about Pizza's personal life. Four, I have never spoken to Reed behind the scenes or have any correspondence with her. Five, Rico and ODST came from Rico's live. We already discussed this. No one told me this. Six, leave me the fuck alone. All y'all are weird for continuously bothering me. Seven, the Purple Peace situation has been addressed and it was out of context. There is nothing to tell because I haven't given anything. Fact check with the people involved. So, what he said in layman's term is that Big Sexy came out here and lied on him and attributed. That's what I get, and attributed something to him that he did not say. Then, so Big Sexy is sitting up there acting as if she may have to cuss when she was on Pizarro's channel. Now Pizarro come on there yelling and screaming and this, that, and the other, and talking about the Miss O and she gotta have receipts and this, that, and the other. So then Big Sexy has to come up there and join in and sneak in little words and this and that and the other and I can read the text. I can read the text, so she read the text and see there was nothing about Pizarro in that text. Nobody said it was in that text. Girl, quit throwing up these red herrings. Who said it was in that text? Okay, and another thing that came about in that conversation that she's sitting up there having with Pizarro. I haven't talked to him in 5 months. So you did another one of your smooth little you and VS were still in contact and talking to each other. Yeah, she's doing fine. Yeah, she's doing good. And then only for her to come back on here and say she hadn't talked to you, I believe it was over a year or something like that. So she's doing that same move with TRX, pretending like they still cool. I could email him. I emailed him. So then I hear that last night, Demas O said something in her chat. She was like, she's not even in contact with him, but that was obvious. She had to admit that she hadn't talked to him in like 5 months. But she's when all of this happened, because I got in contact with him and he said X, Y, and Z. Okay, bitch, bye. Now comes out the Miss O's like, and if I wanted to get in contact with him, the Miss O says, if I wanted to get in contact with him, I can call. So she goes live and says, "Oh, what she said? What she mean by if she wanted to get in contact with him, she can call him. She meant what the fuck she said. That she has his telephone number, she can call him. That's what she meant. I mean, what else could you mean by that? And then she said, what's she trying to say? I can't call him. What? He blocked me. Oh, he must have blocked me. Well, what you're saying and saying all of that is you can't pick up the phone and call him. So I never thought I'd see a day when the Miss O proved a point. But in that, she definitely proved. But you didn't say I can pick up and call him too. No, you didn't say that. What she trying to say? I guess I haven't talked to him. I guess I didn't talk to him this afternoon. That's a question. That's not a statement. So what you said was what she said was true. Okay, so let's get back to Pizarro going ballistic. And then Miss O, she always come with all this shit, but I knew you was gonna do it. I was waiting on you to do it. I knew you was gonna come with all this shit. They talking about my husband. Well, I want receipts. Well, I want receipts. Okay, let's go over this. We're gonna call this behind the scenes gate, kind of akin to, remember that secret back check gate? Remember how they were all up in arms about what might have gone on, what I think went on, and Yaya, she was one of the main people, and they was kicking my back in with not one receipt. Based on what? The word of the Miss O and her bringing receipts that she never bought. But now all of a sudden, when it's behind the scenes gate, now the Miss O is expected to bring receipts. You see how that works? Now we are supposed to just simply take the word of the person who just came out and continually told the audience that they were talking about me, and I know, and y'all, and this, that, and this, that one, and the other one, and they was doing all this shit behind the scenes. And the only person that you got a receipt of who was doing anything to her ass was who? The Miss O. That was the only culprit that she had that did anything to her, talking about getting an account at her job or alleged job. Sometimes she say, I don't even work there, and then she keep on saying, you dox my job. How can she dox your job if you don't work there? But I digress. Now she came out here and made a whole target out of a Yaya with not one receipt, nothing other than the Miss O's word. Oh, Yaya this, Yaya that. They were kicking my back in. And I bet that they did this, they did that. And then started speaking on it as if it was actually proven. Then she speaks on it as, and they didn't say they were sorry for what they did, bitch, because it was not done. And you just acting as if your cock brain theory that this may have happened does not prove a goddamn thing. What was proven was the Miss O was behind fucking you over as well. But there's still and so I'm typing in the chat. Oh, so we are to believe, I'm typing in Pizarro's chat. She better come with receipts. And this, I said, oh, so the Miss O is not a lion now. Oh, we supposed to take everything that the Miss O says as fact. And she don't get on, and she called herself cursing me out because you sitting up there looking like a fool behind the Miss O and Nina. You're sitting up there looking like a fool, yelling and screaming. No, don't be mad because you got played. She played you. You, Pizarro was the main one when the Miss O was supposed to bring out her receipts. The Miss O, you ain't got to bring no receipts because they didn't bring no receipts. The Miss O, fuck them. They didn't bring out no receipts. They didn't make no accusation to have to bring out receipts. But you, after she didn't go live that night and then talking about, I got to get it all together. I'm going to do a whole production, and I'm going to do a whole show and show all the receipts. When that didn't happen, and then the next time she was on, and then she ran off, and when she came back, you absolved her, Pizarro, of having to show any receipts. You ain't got to show no receipts because they didn't show no. They showed receipts where she was trying to dox allegedly Bree's job. They showed that receipt. The receipt was on her. So she ain't got no receipt to counter that. At least that, to see, they didn't have no story about what happened in the group. She had the story. It wasn't theirs to prove. It was hers to prove. But you absolved her. You ain't got this, but now she got to show receipts in your situation. You see how this shit work? You see how all of this shit work? And you see who is always the main culprit in all of this bullshit? And if they're not even involved in it, Bree planted herself in the center of that what is it, back chat gate. She just planted herself and made herself the victim of something that was never said or proven about her. Now you are in the middle of this. Now you are in your discords and driving home after meeting Pizarro, talking about she got stains on her clothes and her hair was uncombed under a skull cap and how raggedy she was looking. Who did you tell that to? Okay, let me wait a minute. I've gone too far. Did you hit the like button? Hey, kind to me. Glad to see you. Fake. All of them. This is probably a play. Oh, okay. I'm glad I steer clear of those backdoor gate folks. Morning, Southern Nobleman. Good morning, Terry East. Candy Cane, Grand Rising. King Kaios, Grand Rising to you. So now that she is in the middle of something, now she's trying to tap dance out of the whole situation. Now that she came out and tried to pretend like her and TRX are still Ace Boone Coons and all of this, and then he updated it. He updated it. This remark. Let me show you the update. How he updated it. You know, she's contacting him, who said that he's left the sector and he's out of this shit. So he updates it yesterday. Update. Let's add some more. 1, I do not discuss Pizarro's marriage behind the scenes with Miss O and Nina. Guess why? Because I don't give a fuck. She could have 10 husbands and I wouldn't give a fuck. Move around. There's nothing to tell because I haven't given anything. Fact check this with people involved. I am not angry with anybody in this post. I have made my peace with everyone. So conspiracy theories, here is y'all answer. So that was his update to the post. Okay, so what do we have here? So I was listening to Sean Bradley, and he said to go over to Cruiser's Live to see what Lipstick Alley had posted. But because I didn't want to go through the pages and try to find this post that I showed you that was posted on Lipstick Alley. But when I go to Cruz's page and I scroll down one, I see this. Cruiser reposted this from Pookie. Damn, Triple, you was supposed to get the tea from her, not pillow talk to her. Now, I don't know if the her is the Miss O or Pizarro, because remember Pizarro was saying that TRX was her husband, but you can see in the triple TRX keeps saying what he did not tell the Miss O. So I don't know if Pookie's talking about the Miss O or Pizarro. Oh, honestly, I'm kind of let me enlarge this. Honestly, I'm kind of proud. That crazy bitch, she did everything she said she would, and I'm impressed. Dismantled and exposed a whole friend circle. So I think the crazy bitch would definitely be, in this case, the Miss O. The only person that gets any sympathy from me is P, so Pizarro. Because you trusted the sea monster with your real life, and she gave it to him and gave it to the Miss O for ammo. Wait a minute. The sea monster must be Brie. Okay. The only person that get any sympathy is Pizarro because you trusted Big Sexy with your real life, and she gave it to him, uh, TRX, and he gave it to TMO for ammo. I get the confidence now. Nina, you got one in the chamber, huh? No wonder you're forcing this limit content daily. Trippy gave her a lot of ammo. Shit, be honest with your friends and tell them before the ops do. Because I always knew you snake her shit, and I could say more, but I'll hold on to this. Treacherous ass bitches, no loyalty, can't hold water for shit. My God. So, Pookie. I am assuming that this is Pookie from LSA. So, yep, Breeze the Sea Mouse. Wow. Let me see. Look at Pookie. That's Reed's homie, right? We heard that name before. Yeah, Pookie was supposed to have done an interview with me, but then all of a sudden, she did a turnaround and said that it was a lot of things going on in her life, and and I said, okay, it is what it is. And yeah, so I am the one that Pookie was supposed to have done this exclusive interview with, but I never heard back from Pookie. And so I just kept kicking, because I didn't know what to expect from the interview. I didn't know what she had to say. I didn't pre-interview her. I just got with her to try to get a time set up, and it was going to be brand new information to me as well. Okay. Hey Angie, let me see what you're saying. So we have had heard about Pookie. We're hearing about Pookie again. I don't know if Pookie is from LSA. A lot of I don't know who Pookie is. I have no idea who Pookie is. So that's all I got on that situation. So is there anything that I missed? So now all of a sudden, she's a victim. Now all of a sudden, she's a victim of the circumstances that she made for herself. All of a sudden, we are to believe that everything that she assumed without not nan receipt, that the Miss O allegedly said, yeah, she said this, yeah, she said that. But now we not to believe anything that the Miss O says about her. But she came out here doing lupus lives and talking about Yaya, and she knows she is snake, and she knows she can't trust her, but not no forethought to say, hey, if the Miss O did this to me, she could have did the same thing to Yaya. Because I'm just gonna pretend like the Miss O has been a stellar personality, has lived in, walked in integrity all the time while she has been on YouTube. So I am the first person she did like that. So I am totally offended. Instead of looking at the Miss O always being in some background bullshit and running when her back is up against the wall. So maybe she lied on Yaya too. No, that never came to her big fat mind. Never came to her big fat mind. Child, bye. It could be a play. It very well could be a play. Hey, really real. Hey, Tay forever. Hey, foot soldier. So, that's all I got on this. That's all I got on this. And Pizarro, why are you asking for receipts? No receipts are required. There are no receipts required. because either you're gonna take her for what it is now. The Amish chick comes back. I don't know why she was so upset about that husband thing. It's not like she hasn't heard it before. I was just trying to get on her nerves, and I was just trying to get her upset. And people have said the same things before, so that's why I used it. Why is she acting like it's the first time she heard it? She talked about my family. She talked about my family. What does she know about your family? What does she know about your family? But see, the thing about this, I just said it because we had been going back and forth, and I don't know anything about her family because I've heard people read her about that before. So you want us to believe that it was just a coincidence that you guys are going back and forth. And this has nothing to do with all this TRX stuff and all of this conversations that was going back and forth. But isn't it a coincidence? Is it a coinkydinky that is it a coincidence that uh, in this correspondence that they had going back and forth, one of the things that was a sticking point was the discussion of Pizarro's marriage. So I just thought that up off of the top of my head. No, you pointedly got up there to simply say exactly that. If there was no back and forth, you hopped your ass up on her panel to say, I know your husband is sleeping with other chicks in the neighborhood. That's what you got up there to pointedly say. So now you're trying to act like there was no advance set off of a conversation about Pizarro's marriage when we see it's right here. I do not discuss Pizarro's marriage behind the scenes with the Miss O and Nina. Bitch bye. Bitch bye. Simple bitches think everyone is simple as them. Hey, watching from Cloud Nine, grand rising to you. Uh-huh. So now, what do you guys think about this? What do you guys think about this? Not that much. Hey, Sunshine, Grand Rising. No comments. Yeah, I was like, I'm just listening, girl. I'm just listening to see what you got to say about that. Yes, if you guys would hit the like button, I greatly appreciate it. Let me see. Let me see. I don't see that many comments. Okay. Hey, Miss Toby. Bree said, why would anyone believe these Miss O? Because she has caused issues in every camp. Uh, so now, so now she's caused issues. Yeah. Uh, but she was the main one who was singing the Miss O said, Yah did this, that, and the other, and making a whole try to make her a whole thing, doing a whole live on her. But we were supposed to believe the Miss O then, but we can't believe the Miss O now. So exactly, and didn't she uh do away with some mods behind that? And they can't be trusted, and anybody in that group can't be trusted. Based on what? Based on the Miss O saying, and I don't even think the Miss O said anything in particular, except for against Yaya. So make that make sense. You can't, because they have no sense. Okay. Let me see what else. Yeah, so do not forget what you've been told. I can't even comment on those folks over there. Yeah, so this is a bunch of BS. That's what I'm gonna say. This is a bunch of BS. Thanks for this. I've been lost with mess. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. Okay. They are messy and boring to me as a collective group. I'm still stuck on the fact that it's legit. So you think it's a play? I don't know. I think that's what you mean. I'm so jaded by the beef sector. I don't trust any storyline. It seems it's boring and dumb. Yeah. So Big Sexy has propped her ass up in a steel reinforced victim's chair. So it seems. Uh, by the being undone by the Miss O. How's she the victim? And uh, it's Pizarro's marriage who was put on Front Street. How is she the victim? So let's and then she's and Pizarro sitting up there making a fool of herself because I'm asking her straightforward questions. Oh, so so everything that Demon Soul said is not true. Demon Soul, you was lying. Demon Soul, I know you did that. But so now, uh, oh, so it took it to be about you before you knew Demon Soul was a liar? And why did you fuck? Because I know it quit trying to make it about you. How did I try to make it about me? I asked you a straightforward question about the Miss O is only lying now, and only because it is about you that the Miss O is lying. I didn't make it about me. I made it about you. And how stupid you were sounding, calling the Miss O a liar and demanding receipts when you absolved her of having to bring any receipts because you were mad at King Roman News and y'all tried to drag his whole crew into it and lying about what could or should or might have happened and said and all of this with not one receipt. Girl, bye. Hey Madison, good grand rising, good to see you. So, what else? What else did I have to talk about? What else? Yeah, I said that. Okay. So, I see you guys don't have much to say about that. It's kind. I guess it's kind of ridiculous. It really is. It's kind of ridiculous. So, I get it. So, let me see. Did y'all see Jay Wilson go on his yeah, she did a live stream yesterday and she said I'm not gonna put out no receipts. I'm not gonna move how y'all want me to move. Now, she was over in Reed's chat. Thank you for reminding me. She was over in Reed's chat when Reed was, D Miss O, you need to drop everything you got. Because if you don't do it, I'm going to do it. You need to drop everything. You got one receipt that will prove everything, D Miss O. And if you don't drop it, I tell you, I'm going to drop it. And then all of a sudden, she's going live later. And all of a sudden, the later is, 9 p.m. Eastern time or something like that. So this bitch who can sit up in every chat, hit every link, always yapping her mouth all day long is, oh, I have to schedule it for later when I can get this lie together, rewrite this story and all of this stuff. Okay, so and then she says in Reed's chat that she's going to go live. And yeah, no, so when she goes live, she goes, and I wasn't going to even go live. But, and I don't know why, I had to go live. And that's how I'm not going to go live because I don't move on nobody else this time. Bitch, they didn't ask you to go live. You was over in Reed, trying to act like you some big buck bad bitch. And you said, okay, I'm going to go live as if you were going to drop the receipt. But before she set up the live, and before she even went live, she wrote something on her community wall about actually, I'm not going to be dropping receipts. And so this is now Reed and Pizarro were live at the same time. So Pizarro summons the Miss O over to her chat. The Wobble says, the Miss O, Pizza wants you to come through. The Miss O, that first thing, she was finishing something else as she was talking. And then she says, fuck her. Should have asked me before she started attacking me for that miserable bitch. So this is over in Reed's chat. She said, fuck Pizarro. Should have asked me before she started attacking me for that miserable bitch. So I don't know what she thought was going to happen. I don't know exactly what she thought was going to happen. She thought that Pizarro had some loyalty to her or something like that. But that's what happened. She was over there. And funny thing, another funny thing. If you guys didn't notice, before Reed left, she wasn't fucking with Brianna earlier before she left. She wasn't fucking with Brianna. And then all of a sudden, when she went right before she left, hey Brianna boo, hey Brianna boo, D Miss O boo, hey boo, hey D Miss O, hey boo. This is the same Reed who was going to expose D Miss O to the point that she hooked up Pookie from LSA with me to interview her on whatever she had that Reed knew she had. I had, like I say, I had no idea, but I was like, yeah, I'll interview you, see what's up. And that, of course, never went through like many other Reed's receipts. But now, why is it that Reed is so mad at Bree, her boo? Bree was just Reed's boo before she got ran off of YouTube. But now all of a sudden, she's mad at Bree too. So she's a fake bitch, is all I'm saying. She's a fake, phony ass bitch. Behind the scenes with her hands dipped in every motherfucking pot. A fake ass bitch. So that's all I'm saying. If you guys didn't recognize that as well. Hey, Brianna boo. Demons, oh, hey, boo. So next time somebody call you a boo, be very, very leery. Okay. They all, excuse me, they are all friends. And they are all friends on and off so fast. Yes. Okay. Big Bug Bridge. Ronnie Q, you got down with that one. I'm going to copy it. Okay. Talk about it, Faye. Boos everywhere. A boo here. A boo for you. A boo for you. A boo for you. Another fake bitch. Don't trust that Reed. Exactly. Hey, Angela T. White. Yeah, so now if you're keeping score, Reed and Big Sexy is on the outs once again. Do you hear grown folk? Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me about that. Let's hold a moment of silence because I saw this woman come in my chat a couple of times. I think I heard it on the end of Very Carey's. Hold on one second. Stop. Stop. I apologize. Yeah, I think Very Carey said something about it on her last live, and she said, "Go over to grown folks." I want to give a moment of silence for pretty big woman. Um, Unfortunately, it is being reported that she has taken her own life behind some allegedly behind some being doxxed and harassed. So she seemed like a good. She was friendly when she came over here. She participated in the chat. I remember this name because I hadn't seen her over here before, so I welcomed her and told her I was glad. I don't know anything about her. Uh, I I I went over to ZX's and I heard that she was his mod, but that's how I just found out that she was a mod for him. So let's give a moment of prayer for a moment of silence or prayer for a pretty big woman. Yes, thank you. I appreciate you guys for doing that. Reed is one delusional fake R's chick. I'm so sick of her. Okay. Okay. You remember Rascal's getting on my nerves right about now, going back and forth. Oh my. This is so sad. Yes, it is sad and unfortunate. You never know where people are in their life, and it's unfortunate. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Hey, Sandra. That's horrible. Not everyone wants to be bothered and just want to enjoy entertainment. Exactly. As far as I know, she was just a subscriber. I saw one person say condolences to her family. Exactly. I heard one person say that she had just recently started a channel. I don't know if that's true. I'm just giving you the limited information because the only thing that I remember is her coming over here and participating, and that's all I know. And yeah, it's unfortunate. Okay, so what is going on? Oh, I have something that I can't remember what it is. Oh, this is just dickweed. Okay, I may not want to share that with y'all right now. So I call this the Hunger Games. So is there anything else that you guys want to talk about? You guys want to talk about that? How they caught Robin Hood? How they caught the suspect? Or you guys talked out about how they caught the suspect of the CEO murder? Now, um, I have given you a lot of information. And how do you feel that the media is handling this coverage of this? So, yes, okay. So let's go into uh can't can't wait for the Lifetime movie. The family is rich. Yes, yeah, they a old customer turned them in. And you understand that he worked for the fourth largest grossing company in the United States, behind Apple, Google, and Walmart. UnitedHealthcare is the fourth uh, grossing company in the United States. And when I first saw the reward leading to his arrest was only $10,000, I'm like, I've seen rewards for 25 years or 25-year-olds more than $10,000. So I was like, and to understand that while his body was still out there on the New York City streets, they still went on with their investors meeting as well. The company, he was on his way to an investors meeting, and the manifesto doesn't make sense. They got money, but I don't. Ah, okay. I want to know how he was ever described as light skinned, and the police and the media played in our faces. Yes, they called him light skinned. I always forget to say that. When they first described him, he's a light skinned. You think of light skinned, that means a black man. He's light skinned. They didn't want to wrap their uh, mouths around the fact that this was a white on white crime, but he was light skinned. Uh, but I can believe all the BS the insurance requires for any type of procedure. I have questions. Okay, so what? Yes, they described him as light skinned. Just shows you that business must go on no matter what. Okay, so let's review a few things. Let me let me see what I got here. Okay, Luigi Mangione appears to have scheduled a YouTube video titled "The Truth Ahead of His Arrest." If you see this, I'm already under arrest. All is scheduled. Be patient. Bye for now. Did you guys know that he had a YouTube video that he has scheduled? Okay, so let's talk about his family's wealth. His grandfather came over here, and was a carpenter or something to that effect, and built their fortune up to the point where they own rolling two country clubs. He has 30 other cousins, the grandchildren and stuff. Also, their family owns a chain of nursing homes. So this is what the governor, Josh Shapiro, said. Remember, he was one of the people they were thinking that Kamala may have chosen for the vice president. He said some attention in this case, especially online, has been deeply disturbing, as some have looked to celebrate instead of condemning this killer. In America, we do not kill people in cold blood to resolve policy differences or express a viewpoint. Obviously, we do. And have you heard about how many security companies are being uh, sought after by these big CEOs now that this has happened? Let me see what I left her up there. Okay, the DOJ sues United Healthcare amid a $3.3 billion bid to buy home care giant Amadeus. Home care giant. So it's a home care giant. It's one of those big nursing homes, and it's a giant of those nursing homes that I told you about. Remember when I told you about uh, all these high-end nursing homes that they have where you can live independent living, assisted living, and full-blown nursing home care. So the Department of Justice, I remember I showed you how the CEO of United Healthcare said that he wanted to be involved in every form of healthcare, and nursing homes and these types of homes are a type of healthcare. So now there's a DOJ investigation behind this. And so guess what else the family of this man owns? Guess what else the family of this man owns? This is Amadeus home healthcare services that they are looking to hospital level and skilled nursing care, uh, palliative care, hospice care, and home health care. So guess what else this family owns? They own Lorraine Lorraine Health Services. The Shooters family owns this. What is Lorraine? It's all over Maryland. They have these places all over Maryland. Let me see locations. Miss Toby will probably know this. Bel Air, Blue Rock, Columbia, Elk Ridge, Encore, Harmony Halls, Mays Chapel, Main Airy, and Tiny Town. Okay, so these are the locations that they own these home healthcare uh, places in. So let's see what else. Um, let's see their home healthcare places. Let me see. Wait a minute. What else? Let me see. I want to see what services they offer. They offer assisted living, subacute rehab, skilled nursing. So that subacute rehab, that's very something you really need to take a look on. See, because that's where they send people after they've had their old seniors have bad falls and strokes, and they need to and they have a having a stroke as an old person, or having a heart attack or anything like that. That's an acute thing. So they send them to these type of places to get better, get stronger before they can send them home. And what United Healthcare is, they this guy who Michael Thompson, who was Thomas or whatever his name, who was shot outside of the shareholders meeting. He was the CEO over the Medicaid, Medicare section of United Healthcare. So I'm going to show you a lawsuit that two people have who were seniors who were told that they needed to go to these acute care places, but United Healthcare would only give them 10 days, and then they were there 10 days. And some of these families had to wind up spending either between $12,000 and $14,000 a month to keep their loved ones in these homes because they were too weak to go home. So therefore, they had to liquidate, pay out of pocket all of this wealth, because United Healthcare, the fourth biggest asset company in the United States, would not pay for these extra days for these seniors. So, okay, this is what they do. So they're getting short. They are old as well. So I'm thinking like, well, wait a minute. He actually worked in his family business at Lorraine Health Services as well. So he probably saw a whole lot of this going on with the seniors. So let's not act like all of this is like cut and dry, because the president was over these rules for these senior citizens, and it's a business for them. Okay, they did assisted living, subacute rehab, and skilled nursing, dialysis. They had a Korean sitter, Parkinson's wellness, ventricular care, rehabilitation therapy, respite care, telemedicine, hospice services, tracheotomy care. They had all of this care. So at let's look at their buildings that they had. So I'm wondering, since United Healthcare wanted to buy up all of the, see, United Healthcare had a thing. They would not pay their doctors. They would put off paying their doctors, saying that they needed a what was it called? I forgot what they called it. They called it like it hasn't. They would send it to the AI, and they said that they would need at what was it called? I'll think of it. This is not good enough. We can't approve this because what is hold on. Okay, let me show you the places that his family owned. See, these are the nursing homes that they own. See, these are the types of high-end nursing homes, these big, huge nursing homes. So they own 3, 6, 9. They own 9 of them. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that their company has been fucked around by these laws and everything else. So let me see what else I got on here. The murder sends executives scrambling to hire security experts. But what are they doing to take care of their patients better? What are they doing to offset the cost of medicine and all this stuff? They're doing absolutely nothing. They're doing the status quo. Hey, Marvelous Me, good to see you. No, it's not the appeal. What did they call it? Something else where it's automatic. It means it's an automatic no, automatic denial. Let me see if I can find a whole little term that they coined to a procedure that they coined to deny these claims. Hold on one second. One second. I'm going to find it. To put you into the appeal process. Prior authorization. Prior authorization is the term. If you don't have prior authorization, they're kicking your claim back. Therefore, you can't get your coverage. You may, whatever's bugging you may become life-threatening in the time that they kick it back and you appeal it and win or do not win it. The doctors are not getting paid either because they have cut the doctors' access to do the medical work procedures that are done to you. And while the cases are on appeal, the doctors are not getting paid. So the doctors are going into debt. But lucky for the doctors, United Healthcare will buy out their practices and they refuse 30% of their claims. So it's very easy to see how a doctor can get upside down and can't even afford his practice. Hospitals have gotten upside down. And what happens? United Healthcare is always there for them. They will come in and they will buy the doctor's practices. They will buy these small hospitals, and they are now a part of United Healthcare. This is the stuff that I'm trying to get you to understand. So they will go in and buy these practices. And now the doctor is working in his own practice, but it's not his anymore. And now he's still under UnitedHealthcare, so he can't complain about UnitedHealthcare or anything because now they're his boss. So and it's not just bad for the patients, it's bad for all of these small regional hospitals and stuff that used to be independent. Now they're under the thumb of somebody who's refusing 30% of the claims so they can make more money for their shareholders. And they're the fourth largest company in the whole United States. Something is really wrong with this for-profit medicine is what I'm saying. Okay. So let me... Now, they said that he went off at his hearing. Did you guys see his hearing? And do you guys want to see that? I'm gonna play a little bit of his when he was arraigned. Let me share my screen. Okay, here we go.
I've always struggled with losing weight and keep.
Hold on, let me get through this commercial. Let me put it on regular speed. Okay, here we go. Let me remove this comment. Okay, here we go.
Anyway, let's read the manifesto. While I'm reading that, Graham, just plug in your mic and plug it out because something's a little staggy.
Oh, this is his manifesto that they found with him. Okay, we're going to listen to the manifesto first. So this is the manifesto. It's short. Okay.
Let me read. We hear you, but there's a little static. Let me read his manifesto. It's not super long. This was obtained by journalist Ken Klippenstein. Klippenstein notes, I've obtained a copy of suspected killer Luigi Mangione's manifesto, the real one, not the forgery circulating online. Major media outlets are also in possession of the document, but have refused to publish it and not even articulated a reason why. He reached out to the New York Times, CNN, and ABC to explain their rationale for withholding the manifesto, while gladly quoting from it selectively, have not been answered. So apparently all the outlets have it and are sitting on it because they apparently don't want to glorify the suspected killer. But I also don't think they want this information out to a lot of people because I don't think they want to wake a sleeping beast. And they're more worried about the civility of it. They're more worried about, oh, we can't glorify a killer. Well, if someone took the extreme action of gunning down a CEO, isn't it on the media to try and understand what brought him to those lengths? I would like to know. Let's read it. To the feds, I'll keep this short because I do respect what you do for our country. To save you a lengthy investigation, I state plainly that I wasn't working with anyone. This was fairly trivial. Some elementary social engineering, basic CAD, computer animated design, I believe. A lot of patience. The spiral notebook, if present, has some straggling notes and to-do lists that illuminate the gist of it. My tech is pretty locked down because I work in engineering, so probably not much info there. I do apologize for any strife of traumas, but it had to be done. I don't know if that was of or, but any strife of traumas, but it had to be done. Frankly, these parasites simply had it coming. Obviously, he's referring to the insurance companies. A reminder, the U.S. has the #1 most expensive healthcare system in the world, yet we rank roughly number 42 in life expectancy. United is the indecipherable largest company in the U.S. by market cap, behind only Apple, Google, Walmart. It has grown and grown, but as our life expectancy, I think he meant has our life expectancy. No, the reality is these indecipherable have simply gotten too powerful and they continue to abuse our country for immense profit because the American public has allowed them to get away with it. Obviously, the problem is more complex, but I do not have space. And frankly, I do not pretend to be the most qualified person to lay out the full argument. But many have illuminated the corruption and greed, Rosenthal, Moore, decades ago, and the problem simply remain. I don't know if he's talking about Michael Moore, who had a terrific documentary or movie, Where to Invade Next, which debunked a lot of the propaganda about the Canadian healthcare system. It is not an issue of awareness at this point, but clearly power games at play. Evidently, I am the first to face it with such brutal honesty. So that is his manifesto. And I'll just say, you want to know something? Listen, I hate that I have to put the disclaimer, you know, am I calling for everyone to get their guns and go shoot all the CEOs? No, I'm not. With that said, in America, all we're hearing about, Graham, for election after election, particularly the last few, democracy is at stake. Fascism. Well, people exercise democracy. I've covered the protests for healthcare. People have been out there protesting for universal healthcare.
Hello, a shirt like this, your first instinct is
social media users have seized on the suspect's.
This is Jim Acosta. I won't tell you his net worth yet, but this is Jim Acosta and their media guy, Brian Kilmeade, scolding you, the American public, for being gleeful, at the killing of this man.
On social media,
I love getting lectured by
Brian
millionaires.
Thompson's murder. There has been an avalanche of comments supporting it. Last week, a former Washington Post reporter said, quote, people wonder why we want these executives dead. In just the last 24 hours, social media users have seized on the suspect's appearance. It's yet another sign of the toxicity of the public discourse in the U.S. Let's bring in CNN's chief media analyst, Brian Stelter. Brian, I mean, we have to say from the get I mean, obviously, and it should go without saying that a murder like this is just unbelievably tragic, and he has a family, and it's completely uncalled for, full stop. What do you make of the reaction? action that we've been seeing on social media. It just underline this toxicity that exists in our culture.
Yes, humanity versus inhumanity. That's the dividing line here. And I think most people, including on social media, are on the side of humanity. They don't want to see a father and a businessman killed in cold blood. But that minority that is out there, it's a minority opinion that's very loud, especially on social media, is expressing a kind of inhumanity. And I think it's
good representation. I actually me as somebody that spent a lot of time living in New York City, having ridden the train, having seen the level of mental illness that is unaddressed in our society, period, but especially in New York City, and especially in public spaces in New York City. I have been in situations like that often. Now, I mentioned that I hate that this case broke down to black and white, but one thing that I see all of the time as I walk the streets, either in DC or even when I was in New York, is how a disproportionate amount of these people look like me. And with good reason, given the wealth inequality that we have in this country, given the fact that we've had so much systematically stripped from the Black community and the ramifications of that, which leave us more dependent on a lot of our social services and social safety nets that we as a country have not seen fit to replenish. Because everybody wants to talk about mental illness when they need somebody to blame for some kind of horrific crime, but never when it comes to why don't we actually do what we need to do as a country, which means money, in order to make sure we actually deal and solve this problem and get these people the help that they need. Chants of no justice, no peace could be heard echoing from outside. The case divided people in New York and beyond, in some cases along political and racial lines. Neely was Black, Penny is white. Some people viewed Penny as callous and his actions as criminal, on the day he encountered Neely, who had been shouting and acting erratically when he boarded the subway train in Manhattan on May 1st of 2023. Others contend Penny was selfless in his attempt to protect fellow passengers. Now, one thing I'll say is I don't think that Daniel Penny got on the train explicit intent in order to accost Jordan Neely. So some level of protection was there in him deciding to inject himself into the proceedings. What we're talking about is his actions once he had injected himself all the way through to when he Jordan Neely. So you have to tell me that entire thing was an attempt to protect fellow passengers. The anonymous jury, made up of 7 women and 5 men, were told before they began deliberating they had to come to a unanimous decision on the top charge of manslaughter in the second degree before moving on to consider criminally negligent homicide. But Judge Maxwell Wiley changed that order Friday after juries twice sent a note saying agreement.
So this is the linchpin of this case. They had to make sure that they could deliberate on the first charge, which was manslaughter, before they could deliberate on the second charge, which was criminally neglect homicide. But the juror deadlocked. They could not come to a verdict on the manslaughter charge. So obviously it was people who believed and didn't believe. So the judge just took that whole charge off, and then they had to deliberate on the lesser charge. And then they agreed to acquit the man. So if you believe that he didn't, if you didn't believe that he, wait a minute, if you did believe it was manslaughter, how can you then turn around and not believe the lesser charge? That's what I don't understand about this. He had a lesser charge, but then they let him off on the lesser charge, but they wasn't going to let him off on manslaughter. This is what's just so mind-blowing about this.
The judge had also instructed jurors to decide whether Penny's actions caused Neely's death, and if so, whether he had acted recklessly and in an unjustified manner. Now, to me, choking a man for that amount of time,
approximately 6 minutes he was choked,
is negligent and unjustified to me. I wasn't on the train. I'm not Daniel Penny.
Why don't we have better ways to help today's artists draw?
Okay, I'm gonna drop the link. You guys can finish that. I definitely hope that you guys subscribe to Reese Waters. He does a very good commentary. Here's his link. I do believe he has a comedy background, but he talks about a whole lot of social and political issues. So you may want to go check him out. That's all I'm saying. Tell him Ronnie Q sent you, and give him a thumbs up and subscribe. I'd appreciate that. Okay, so hold on. Let me see. Okay. Let me see. Oh, I wanted to tell you about these lawsuits. This is what I wanted to tell you about these lawsuits. Because you don't hear the media talk about the impact that this 30% refusal rate that these insurance companies have on actual families. So I'm gonna share this with you guys. I'm just trying to give. I think we have the right to be outraged at this point. I think we have the right to be outraged, but you don't hear these stories. So when you get a rejection letter, you think that, am I going to appeal this or not? They're not going to appeal 80. They're not going to accept 80% of the appeals in the first place. So let's be clear. they have AI bots at UnitedHealthcare that refuse 90% of the doctor's claim off the bat. And they have understood that this is a flawed system, but they still continue to use this system. So let's listen to some lawsuits and the details what they are claiming in these lawsuits. Okay, let's continue.
Seems not to be so interested in the healthcare Hunger Games that CEOs like Brian Thompson have deployed. Again, this was filed last year. I'll read just some of it to you. This putative class
Hold on, let me go back a
action
little bit.
arises from two deceased plaintiffs. Please support us for as low as $5 a month. It is expensive to do actual reporting, but so important. So there's a lawsuit that was filed last year, specifically against UnitedHealthcare for their deployal of artificial intelligence. It's on behalf of two deceased plaintiffs. I have gone through the trouble of reading the whole thing, so you don't have to, but I'm going to highlight what I think are the important parts here, because the mainstream media just seems not to be so interested in the healthcare Hunger Games that CEOs like Brian Thompson have deployed. Again, this was filed last year. I'll read just some of it to you. This putative class action arises from defendants' illegal deployment of artificial intelligence of real medical professionals to wrongfully deny elderly patients care owed to them under Medicare Advantage plans by overriding their treating physicians' determinations as to medically necessary care based on an AI model that defendants know has a 90% error rate. Despite that high error rate, defendants continue to systematically deny claims using their flawed AI model because they know that only a tiny minority of policyholders, roughly 0.2%, will appeal denied claims, and the vast majority will either pay out-of-pocket costs or forego the remainder of their prescribed post-acute care. Defendants bank on the patient's impaired conditions, lack of knowledge, and lack of resources to appeal the erroneous AI-powered decisions. The fraudulent scheme affords defendants, UnitedHealthcare, a clear financial windfall in the form of policy premiums without having to pay for promised care, while the elderly are prematurely kicked out of care facilities nationwide.
Okay, I have my thing on mute. Okay, so we understand that you have insurance. Your doctor has prescribed something, but an AI bot overrode your doctor, so you can't get the treatment. And unless you have, you are independently wealthy. You guys look at that guy and say he's wealthy, but you have to understand he has worked in his family company. He's seen what these insurance companies do, and it doesn't. So should all of your wealth go to UnitedHealthcare? What if they say, well, hey, he got the money. We're gonna kick back all of his stuff and we're gonna get all of his money. Is that right? When you're insured? Let's continue. So you hear this guy saying people are getting kicked out of. I'm gonna go back a hair because that damn dog was barking and he interrupted and I was on mute, but I'm gonna
premiums without having to pay for promised care, while the elderly are prematurely kicked out of care facilities nationwide or forced to deplete family savings to continue receiving necessary medical care, all because an AI model disagrees with their real live doctors' determinations.
Before you try another affirmation or visualization, consider this 7-second brainwave ritual that may help you attract the life you've always wanted.
And by the way, you're seeing companies all over this country, not just in healthcare, in finance, Wall Street, Silicon Valley, start to deploy AI. So get ready, folks. You're going to start seeing this a whole lot more. Let me read you more about this before I get to the patients in specific. Defendants, UnitedHealthcare, state that their mission is to, quote, help people live healthier lives and make the health system work better for everyone. In reality, defendants systematically deployed an AI algorithm to prematurely and in bad faith discontinue payment for healthcare services for elderly individuals. Defendants' AI model, known as NH-Predict, determines Medicare Advantage patients' coverage criteria in post-acute care settings with rigid and unrealistic predictions for recovery. Relying on the NH-Predict AI model, UnitedHealthcare purport to predict how much care an elderly patient should require, but override real doctors' determinations as to the amount of care a patient in fact requires to recover. As such, Healthcare makes coverage determinations not based on individual patients' needs, but based on the outputs of the NH-Predict AI model, resulting in the inappropriate denial of necessary care prescribed by the patient's doctors. Defendants' implementation of the NH-Predict AI model resulted in a significant increase in the number of post-acute care coverage denials. You ever read the book 1984? Sure seems like that's what Orwell was talking about here. And here's just a visual if you want to see. Henry Tetzloff, on or around, victimized from this. Plaintiffs tend to get victimized from this. Plaintiff, the estate of Dale Henry Tetzloff, represents the interest of Dale Henry Tetzloff. On or around October 4th, 2022, 74-year-old Mr. Tetzloff suffered a stroke and was admitted to the hospital. You know, happens with older folks. At the hospital, his doctor referred him to SNF to receive post-acute care, determining that he required post-acute care for at least 100 days. In or around November 22nd, defendant United Health Group notified Mr. Tetzloff that his coverage was denied. He had only been at SNF, the facility for his post-stroke care, for 20 days. So, doctor, facility says you need a 100-day. The AI bot, the wise algorithm that United Healthcare is deploying, they say, you're good with 20. Get the hell out of here. Mr. Tetzloff had no choice but to pay for his medical expenses out of pocket. He and his wife, Kathleen, denial. After their second appeal, one of the defendant's doctors finally reviewed Mr. Tetzloff's medical records and agreed with the referring doctor that he required additional time to recover from his medical condition. However, after 40 days at SNF, defendant United Healthcare again denied Mr. Tetzloff's coverage, determining that he was ready for discharge. Mr. Tetzloff's doctor contacted United Healthcare to inform them that Mr. Tetzloff was not ready for discharge and required additional care, including occupational therapy and physical therapy to recover. Nonetheless, defendants failed to reverse its decision to deny coverage. Mr. Tetzloff contacted defendants to inquire about the reason for denying his claim. Defendant refused to provide any reason, stating that it is confidential. Our evil is proprietary. You cannot have access to our...
Now, how is it confidential? Why you're denying my claim when I'm sick and the doctor is saying that I need this to recover? So these insurance companies, they care about your health and well-being. Really? or do they care about how much it's going to cost them to keep you in these facilities? So I'm gonna link the link to this video here. This is for me. This is a good channel to check out and subscribe to as well, because they do a lot of reporting, and it's real reporting where they go on the ground and all this type about the EPA. If you remember that train wreck in Palestine, Ohio, I believe it is Palestine, Ohio, and it had that big ass fire, and people were worried about the smoke from the fire because it was some chemicals in these train cars, and it had that big plume of black smoke. And come to find out, the EPA said the air was clean, and it was like the train track was right on the side of a little stream, and they were worried about all these chemicals leaching into the water. They said that the water was clear. Come to find out, the air is still dirty and the stream is still polluted. So he does a lot of on the ground reporting. So if you're interested in that type of information, I would advise you to go over there and check him out. So Ronnie Q, site sources, click the links to research further topics mentioned. Yes, that is a real good channel, and it gives you information about what your government agencies and are really hiding from you, things that really matter about you and how you live your lives. So I hope you guys, I thank you guys, all 58 of you guys who are here. I really appreciate you, because we're a different time. We're coming up on a different time, and if you don't know how to take care of yourself, how to advocate for yourself, you're going to be left behind, because you can't advocate for yourself without information. Let me see. Typically, the length of stays at LOS is determined by the diagnosis, which is determined by medical necessary criteria from CMS and Medicare coverage database. What is CMS? You bet. What is CMS? I don't know what CMS. I don't know where she's going. Centers for Medicare and Medicaid. Let me see. Typically, the length of stay, LOS, length of stay, is determined by the diagnosis, which is determined by medical necessity criteria from the Center CMS and Medicare database. I don't know how true that is, but because they have a lawsuit. You're saying a governing body, Dr. Oz, oh Lord. Don't tell me that's what Dr. Oz is going to be over. He's going to give you some of them fake vitamins that he had been saying, selling for profit, and tell you everything is all good. Speaking of these nominees, did you guys see this about the nominee to be over the Department of Education? Federal judge pauses child actual SA lawsuit involving Trump's education secretary pick Linda McMahon. Federal judge pauses child SA lawsuit involving Trump's education secretary pick Linda McMahon. A federal judge has issued a stay in the Child SA lawsuit against WWE co-founder Linda and Vince McMahon, as well as WWE, pending a ruling by the Maryland Supreme Court on key legal matters. The lawsuit filed in October by 5 John Does alleges that the McMahons ignored years of SA abuse of underage ring boys by company announcers and executives decade ago. So they're saying that the announcers, hold on one second. Hold on one second. Oh my God. Hold on one second. I can't make it larger again. Okay, hold on. Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, the lawsuit filed in October by 5 John Does alleges the McMahons ignored years of SA of underage ring boys by company announcers and executives decades ago. The McMahons and the WWE have denied the allegations. So did you guys know about that? That is one. I'm gonna drop you the link right here. Let me copy and paste this. Okay, let me copy and paste this for you. Let's see what you guys have to say about that. That's Linda McMahon. I asked someone about her the other day. What does she know about education? It's ridiculous. Yes, it's very ridiculous. And then I always talk about this this dude, Pete Hedge. I forget how you say his name. Hedgewich. Let me show you this. Okay, so watch Hedgeseth now say that his comments about not allowing women in combat have been misconstrued, and some of our best warriors. But we tacked on what he said, and you can see for yourself. So he said that women should not be allowed in combat. He definitely said that they should not be allowed in combat. So why is this still up here? Why is that still up there? What's going on? Oh, there it is. Okay. So what? Let me hold on. I don't know why she's still on my screen. Do you guys still see the woman on the screen or no? Let me add this. What do you guys see on your screen? Do you see still see Linda McMahon on the screen? Do you guys still see Linda McMahon on the screen? I don't know why she's still up there. Oh well, I can't show this last clip to you. I'll put the link in the chat and you can review it for yourself. I don't know why she stuck up there. I closed her page and everything, and she's still on the screen. Okay. Thank you for telling me this. Okay, so that's Pete Hedgehog saying that women should not be allowed in the military, and then taking them. Oh, I think women would be fabulous in the military. I don't know why they said I said that. It's because you said that. So that's all I got. I hope you guys have a great remainder of your day. I appreciate you all for sticking around. Oh, don't forget. I can't even stop sharing my screen. This is weird. StreamYard is messing up. I can't even stop sharing the screen. Don't forget on Saturday, December 14th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Leo the Lioness is having her charcuterie board competition. First place 500, second place 300, third place 200. Prize winnings. As far as I know, all the spots are filled. However, if you would like to compete, you can still sign up under this flyer that is on her community wall just in case someone drops out and a spot comes open. She also has this flyer on her community wall telling you the things that you need to do to prepare to compete, the expectations. So if you still may have a opportunity to compete in this competition. So I'll go over there and sign up. Also, the very next day here on my channel, we're having the 3rd annual Christmas Give Back Secret Santa, December 15th at 3:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That will be 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Central Time. This is when the content creators meet on my panel. We exchange names and gifts between $25 and $50 cash apps, but we do not keep those cash apps. We must then turn around and give that cash app to someone who is actually in the chat that day. So I hope you come out and get a gift from one of the content creators so that we can give back so freely what was given to us all year long. And don't forget that if you become a member, I will gift you a free keychain made by myself. I don't need your name. I don't need any of your information. I just need you to become a member. Go to my community wall post and you can contact me. Thus, I will know you're a member because that's how you contacted me. And you can put your first initial, last name. I don't need to know your screen name and any address that you want it mailed to. I do not dox. Let me see if this is a view as a view. A view as a view?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Hey.
Hey. How you doing?
I'm good. What's going on? What is that?
That's Lovely Love sticking her finger up her crotch.
Oh, Lord.
Do I need to
heard, yeah, I heard Lovely Love was cussing me out over there this morning.
Yes. Miss Bonnecue, I was getting my little workout outfit together, laying my little coordinated outfits because I got a good little cute little trainer and stuff like that. So I was getting all ready.
And you're gonna be another Tracy. You're gonna be another Tracy cake. You have a nigga who need a house laid up in your house. Don't be like Tracy cake.
I need a new nigga to lay up in the house, right? So oh, you so messy. So I was roaming the streets while I was doing that and shit because I could multitask and stuff because I could walk around and everything, you know. But anyway, this I said, oh, Lovely Love is on. Lovely Love Journey. I think her old page or something like that. And she didn't have anybody watching her. I said, you know what? I got to be nice. It's the season of giving and sharing. So let me go ahead and hop over here and see what's going on here. So I added to her one person in her chat for about a good goddamn 20 minutes with nobody up in there. I think people came in, they came out, they came in. I stayed there for a good 20, 25 minutes. And then I was getting ready to click off. And then it's sometime because she was talking about everything. Oh, she hot about that goddamn roach, y'all raggedy. I'm just gonna say y'all meaning everybody talking about that raggedy roach. She dragged your ass. She dragged Stumpdown's ass. She's fucking hot about that. She talked about Pizarro. She talked about Brianna. Go see Lovely Love's Journey Last Life. She dragged everybody, and I must have missed if she dragged me because I'm thinking because she said, and that lady that's over there because I told her that bitch not to say my name. So I think she was throwing me into the drag when she was dragging you, but she dragged your ass around the queue. Woo, child. She liked to.
What she say about me? She ought to have been thanking me because I was the one who let her know that shit was out, and it probably was a real video. I don't know. I just told her to go through your shit and make sure everything is okay.
I think she's mad because it was a real video, and that she didn't understand how people can screenshot and add detail and show that. Because I believe it was a real video, okay, and somebody had found it or whatever and did it. But this was done a year ago. But she's mad that I think she mad. Who did them damn videos? Whoever did
it. It ain't like we her food customers. Say shit. We ain't buying her food. Like does she even sell her food? The best she do is give her food away to the homeless. I may report it to the people for giving that type of food to the homeless. She
can't do that anymore. The police came to her house. And said, "Man, please stop giving food away to the homeless because the hospital is getting all these reports of cases being sick eating fucking food. So love, you can't give your food to the homeless people. They don't want it." They said no. They got enough.
No. They got enough problems. They don't need her food.
They out there living. Oh, I'm supposed to be the expert of that. Under bridges and underpasses and shit. They ain't got time to be eating that fucking slop that she's cooking.
Yeah, I heard Lovely Love was over there giving me the business. I ain't even go over there. I was over there at Very Carey's. Oh yeah,
she got y'all the business. Okay, y'all the business, Very Carey the business, Bree the business, Pizza the business. She gave the video is full of all of y'all bitches is getting dragged over there. Read the bit. She gave everybody. Okay, go ahead, Miss Ronnie.
What, child? What did y'all do?
Y'all was just over there with all the bitches. Oh my God, it was so hilarious. And at some point, I was like, and I was trying to do other things. Check my personal email, check my calendar and stuff. I had her playing in the background, and I said, "This sounds so delusional." Oh, she was serious though. She dragged everybody in the beef sector. She dragged people in the Mo3 sector. She dragged everybody. She said, "Fuck all y'all bitches, and y'all are jealous of me." Okay.
Oh Lord, I know she delusional now. Shit, she must have been good and drunk. Was she drunk or you can't tell? Yes. I can't even tell half of the time.
Well, I have to add the time zone, but now she's in Texas, so she's only like 2 hours early, and I think I was up about 4 or 5 or something like that. So it was probably about 3 o'clock where she was. So that might be from the late night liquor, and then just to get on the camera, she might have had a couple sips. Now I'm telling you, I know I used to get on here and cause hell when I was drinking like that. So I already know that. So don't nobody try to worry about. Wait, hold on. Let me be grammatically correct. Please don't try to worry about me and what I used to do. I used to do that. And I recognize I used to do that, but I don't do it today. And then she started talking about her health records and how she's losing this weight. And she's getting ready to go to the doctor. Now, mind you, she is 4 sheets to the goddamn wind talking about she getting ready to go to the doctor. So the doctor is concerned about her losing weight. She said she actually shrunk her stomach on her own, and she has ways to teach Brianna how to do that. When I told you, when she said that, I was like, what? She dragged everybody, and she really talked about Brianna real bad, and Stomp, and you, and she didn't say nothing about me. I was surprised, but I told the bitch don't say nothing about me, so I guess she must have heard. She talked about Krista. Oh, just go over to see. I mean, I don't know. I ain't promote nobody's channel. I can't tell nobody where to go over here.
Now, people who drink a lot usually lose a lot of weight. I thought she said, well, I don't know. Like I say, I can't tell when she drunk or high.
There's some fat drunks. There's some obese motherfucking drunk people now. Not all of the people that drink lose weight. Not all of them. There's some fat fuckers, and they still eat a lot of food and drink too.
I don't know. It seems like women who are
Yeah.
real bad alcoholics, they especially older women too.
Oh, you
If
know, you
they
might be.
get bony and stuff. I remember we used to have a lady. She had like 5 or 6 kids when I was growing up, and she lived next door to us. And she used to be so pretty when she got sober. But child, she would sometimes she would be walking down the street butt naked, and she would butt naked, and her poor kids they were like my older sister's age or older, and they would have to run out the house and with covers and wrap her up and take her in the house. I know that was like such an embarrassing way to live up. But then she would get herself fixed up, and you could tell she ain't drinking, and then she go get a job and she wearing these nice suits and shit. You wouldn't realize that was the same woman. Then she fall off the way. On and off.
And it fall off.
Yeah. So I know I told her that drink some of that Ensure, and she's like, "Ooh, I can't, but it tastes so." I said, "You're not drinking it for the taste. Just think of it as medication. It's to put some weight on you." And then one time I was in the chat, and she said she had she was up 5 or 10 pounds, and thanks for giving her that. So I don't know if she's still taking it, but it's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. I think she's borderline doing something to not eat, because she does look thin. I don't think it's I kind of think I don't know. I don't know about her. I don't know what's going on with her. She did say she had to go back to the doctors, but she is looking very thin now. I know y'all call me skeleton and stuff, but I'm just giving advice. I also, told her years ago when I really was going through some things that Ensure, those little things are Ensure are really good. I think, I was telling that, I don't really want to say this lady's name, that Rose Bennett. I was telling her that because she's another one that's very thin. But anyway, I'm on the scale now, Miss Veronica. Huh?
You on what scale?
I got on the scale. I had my doctor's appointment yesterday. My blood pressure was 118/68, and I got off the scale at 164, and I had my purse and my coat on. Okay, so just knock off and my sneakers. Knock off 5 pounds. I didn't gain. I'm a thick girl. I'm a big girl now.
Well, congratulations. I am glad.
Now I'm wearing the full
if you're
size
happy,
11.
I'm happy.
I know,
11. You wearing 11?
I was wearing it at 8.
Well, I can't see you being an 11. I say you a 9, 10 or something like that. Yeah.
I still wear the same size clothes because you know what? That's one thing about when you're tall. I buy my clothes already big, so I buy them lengthwise and stuff like that. So I haven't had to go run out and buy any more clothes or nothing like that. But I'm telling you, just one good week, I'll be right back down. It might just be water weight or something. I don't know, but I'm not complaining. I'm 5'10". Anything not over 170 is a whole lot, but I still look the same. I could still wear the same bikini. Okay, I don't. People hate that.
Well, you always wear that. You always wear that bikini. Okay.
And I have like 9 other bikinis, but people think I'm so poor and homeless. That's the only one I got. But anyway. So thank you for letting me come up. I'm glad
hold on 1 second. I want to know if you caught a whiff of this. I want to share something with you.
Hold Lord. On. Here we go.
I hope I don't get struck. Please don't strike me. Person, please don't strike me. I was so excited to see this little information that came across my YouTube screen. Shout out and congratulations. Did you see this?
Yes, I did. I don't think he's going to strike you. I don't think so.
All. Listen, I got something for y'all. This is Spill It Boy TV, and I'm inviting you over to my YouTube channel at Spill It Boy TV, December 18th at 6 p.m. when I sit down with the one and only Married to Medicine's Dr. Heavenly Cams. Yes, you heard what I said. Bravo's own favorite dentist. She's that dentist on Bravo TV that could give you a beautiful smile, but if you rub her wrong, she can wipe the smile right off your face. So do not miss out. Get yourself a cocktail and come on down and bring your funny bone, because I'm sitting down with the one and only Dr. Heavenly Kimes at my channel at Spill It Boy TV at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, December the 18th.
Okay, so that's what I wanted to share with you guys.
Be
there or be square.
A dentist in the beef sector.
I was like, how badly needed. She can get a lap of customers here. Petrified organs is not a weight loss trick. Distilled internal organs isn't a weight loss hack. Okay, so I think he was over there also a few months ago. He was over on her channel. Yeah. So
y'all was being real messy. She talking about some petrified. She said she drinks so much, her internal organs are petrified. Oh my goodness! But yeah, I'm
you
so
too.
glad
You too, yeah.
I'm so glad we have a dentist, a professional.
Does she can? I'm pretty sure if she give you some veneers, they won't look like what's her name? JC Big
Just
dentist.
Krista and Lovely Love. Lovely Love got her off the Amazon, and Just Krista got hers from those are Medicaid dentures. I don't think she even took the veneer money from Mary's thing to get those teeth. Those teeth are too big for her mouth.
Now you see that Diva Tomboyish every time she go live, Diva goes live.
I'm over there. I was over there sitting there in the chat and shit, coloring and shit. Next thing I know, I got old Blue Jacket. I got old Nasty Mod stick up on there. I just sit there and we'd be right there. I didn't know nothing about all that shit, but she said every time your ass go live, bitch, I'm gonna go live. And you can tell Just Krista sees it and notices it, because somebody typed in the chat. Oh, I ain't gonna say what they typed. Well, they typed in her chat via the conversation on Diva Tomboy's channel, and she deleted that thing so fast she didn't even comment on it. I'm not saying what it is, but I don't want to.
And you could tell exactly when somebody notified her about it, because then she starts saying, and you can do this and you can do that. She was like she talking directly to you now. But
that shit is so funny.
I was
it's
like,
so
oh
funny.
my God. Yeah, that shit was funny.
But Miss Ronnie Q, what do you think about the fact that I know people can embellish their careers and their work experiences and their family, and they can embellish, they can catfish. But I did hear where somebody called the state of records to see whether somebody was actually legitimately, like if you were checking to see if somebody was a doctor or a CPA, because you can't do that. What do you think about somebody that's on here that does that and they just lie and they never say that they're not? They always keep saying that they are, but people prove that they are not. Is that
well, shit. I don't even know why people lie about. I just don't know why people lie about who they are. I don't know why people dox people, but it's just like it's obvious that the lady's not a nurse. And I don't even know why she continues on with this. So it's just like, why even bother? Who are you trying to impress? You only setting yourself up for somebody, so people docs over here. And why would you say you are in a position, a licensed position, and when you know you're not? I mean, and when people docs over here, it's crazy.
And then I don't know anything about depression except for recently when the COVID hit, a lot of people did get depressed because they ended up losing their jobs and a lot of family members died, and it just changed everything. So I know about depression more so via the COVID situation, but when people are depressed, I saw somebody posted their medicine prescription and stuff on their wall and stuff. To me, I'm thinking, if you're depressed, wouldn't that give you something to make you more? I don't know. I'm not an RN, so I would think it would give you something to make you more happier or positive or something. But it seems like certain people, if they're labeling that they're depressed, that you're showing other characteristics. Because I don't know if this depression part of disillusionment or another part of mental illness, another part of bipolar, like all of these illnesses and things. I need to do some research. Let me not just throw that out there like that. I'm going to research.
But notice the depression didn't set in until all the foolala was over with.
Right.
So it's just like I just don't entertain. I just couldn't entertain a lot of this. Now, when I was going to bed, did you catch any of Lemons yesterday?
I can't watch it. So what happened? But I did hear. Look, I ain't see it, but I don't know. No, I didn't catch any of his, but I did hear some shit on the streets.
What you hear on the streets?
Well, I just heard that there was a show.
Let me tell you what I saw. That I was just like, oh my God, this is so horrible. So I turned it on, and there's this woman. She was arguing with that. I forget her name. She came up on Stomp Down. She talks. She just talks and over talks and overshares. Like not is she's like Hershey, but her name is something else, Lorraine or something like that. And I think she's from the black sector. And I think she's from the black sector. You'll remember her because she came up on Stomp Down.
Is it Kendra?
I don't know.
Because Kendra is another over talker to get on here.
It might be her.
Stomp Downs. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, it might be her. So and then there's this blonde chick with this a big weave on and a top bun and the rest of it hanging down. And I saw her and she looked like she was drunk. She's a cute girl, but she kept waving and they were just talking and over talking each other. And I was like, oh God, who are these? And then I kept looking at the blonde girl. I was like, it seemed like I've seen her somewhere. It was that chick who was on that Atlanta Street Chronicles with the guy who was interviewing the homeless people. And she used to be a stripper and she was in an accident and she lost both her legs and one of her arms. And I remember when she first came on and Ken was all oohing and ahhing. And then last night they were saying that that's Ken's woman. And I was like, he left his wife? How is that his woman? I don't know. But that's who they were identifying her as, Ken's woman.
Well, now I must have saw this part because I do remember somebody saying, does your wife know about this lady? And he said, I think he said no. And then I was like, okay, Ken, is that a good answer? Yeah, I do remember that part. And after they started talking, I just left. But yeah, he said that's his YouTube wife. Yeah.
Sunny. Yeah, that was her name. She had something Sunny. Yeah. I was like, oh gosh, she is such a hot mess. And not for nothing. I've been just like wondering how much can her body take of alcohol too. You remember I showed you those baddies? Were you here that day when I showed you that baddies in wheelchairs, like the Bad Girls Club? I wonder how much can their bodies take, not having a whole body to circulate this alcohol through, and they're already sick and all this type of stuff. And I'm just like, this cannot be good for these people.
You sitting on all your internal organs, just filling it up like a bowl, with all the liquor and stuff. Yeah, that you can't move around, kick your. I'm sorry, they don't have legs. You can't stretch out. You know what I mean. So yeah, it's just sitting there, and so
I guess it has so little body to filter through. It's not have to filter through you. And she has one arm. She's a double amputee, and she's missing a part of her other arm. So I guess that could take you into a depression. For real. But it's unfortunate. And people look at it as entertainment and this, that, and the other. But shit.
I don't think I can look at it. I think it's so sad. I mean, because I know my history, because I know that I've always taken care of myself, number one, even though when I was, drinking a little bit way too much and stuff. But my little outlet was getting on here on the YouTube, and I just wouldn't take it so far. I did drink and drive a couple times, and I'm so thankful that nothing happened. But I really wish that people wouldn't do that and don't celebrate it and don't get on here. And if you do drink, just make sure you just in a place and at home or something, or you get Uber rides, because it's very, very dangerous. And then also when you get older, not even older, you can have after effects Now, suppose you're out here partying and stuff, and you drinking, and you didn't get an Uber, and you have an accident, and you end up with 2 legs missing. It's too scary out here. Now, I can speak on this, because I didn't cause anything. I haven't done anything. I was blessed with not having anything happen, but it could have been 1 minute. It could have been me in any of these situations.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when you do it, you be like, oh, I made it home. Oh, okay, yeah, but we never think about the harm that we could have caused others, and it's just a lot. So,
who getting up? Wait, your puppies won't have no part of that goddamn fucking Medicaid conversation. They was like,
they was like, let me out. But that's some real shit. They always want to put make profits, but like the mental health situation is out of control. Nobody wants to treat all these mentally ill people who are out here, house them and all of this type of stuff. And just just because you're mentally ill don't mean that you should have to be out on the street destitute, running around, living and sleeping on trains and all this type of stuff. It's just life.
Now, what do you think about the push that they're trying to get Biden to pardon, or what is it? Something with all the immigrants, people that they say that are illegally here. You know about that part?
I haven't heard about
the immigration bill. They're trying to push that before. Like, I was trying to say something about it the other day before he exit office, and the Republicans are really talking about
the dreamers. Are you talking about the dreamers?
What dreamers?
Are you talking about the dreamers, the ones who were brought over here at like toddlers and young ages? Or are you talking what immigrants are you talking about?
The ones that they're saying that are illegally here. The ones that there's some level of this immigration thing, and I might be reading in different sectors and different things, but what is that guy with the black hair? He was the one that was really talking about the stimulus situation. I can't think of his name. I really liked him a lot until he started. I didn't know he was a Republican, first of all, but he is really bashing the Democrats and everything. But they're exposing that Biden. They're trying to. Biden is going to be passing all these things so that the immigrants they could be allowed to stay here in America, and that's going to be contrary to what Bush is going to be. Not Bush. Trump is going to be talking about in January when he gets elected.
I know that how they have the dreamers. These are kids that were born, not born here, but brought over here when they were young children, and this is the only country that they know. And they had the Dreamers Act, and they were threatening to deport them. Maybe 10 or 12 years ago, and then they signed some act called the Dreamers Act to protect them, so they would be able to stay.
I know about the Dreamers, and I don't have a problem with that, but it's something else. It might have just come up. I don't know, because they're throwing everything at Biden right now, and at the exit, and then also of welcoming Trump back into office. So it's a lot of propaganda, and it just depends on what news source you look at.
Yeah, it's going to be a big mess. So I'm going to have to check on that and see exactly who they're talking about staying. But they definitely need to get a lot of them out of this country. I'm telling you, definitely. A country is not a country unless they have their borders secured. So
I agree with that.
We cannot continue to just take in any and everybody who comes to this country, and that also includes other races of people as well. So people don't want to talk about the other races of people that we are absorbing,
especially the Asians
on visas. People who come over here on visas, people who come over and overstay their visa stays. So all of them. I mean, but they just want to act like it's one demographic of people when there's plenty of people who need to get out of here.
Yeah, and then they never leave. And then they were saying with this, the source that I was looking at, they were saying, I can't cite the source, I apologize, but I will do some research and come back and cite the source. But they were saying that they're draining the resources here by staying longer, and then not really putting in, I guess, like you said, the visas have expired, but there's some kind of exemptions and things that they still have or something. I'm not sure. But I will go ahead and cite that. But the thing is, with Biden, he has not even come back off of letting his son be in pardon. Is that been addressed?
Well, what is there to address? That's his presidential powers. It ain't nothing to address. He put out a whole long letter. I read the letter why he did it immediately, and he was like, "Fuck them," shit.
Mhm.
If he was any other person, he wouldn't even be up for no sentences or anything. So I get it. The thing that they were trying to get him on is registering for that pow pow and saying that he had not been on drugs. So this is that was the case that they wanted to get him on. So he, it wasn't like he was going to Ohio and going to shows and just buying up a whole bunch and taking them to states where they were heavily monitored, or like a whole lot of these people who buy and what they call them stock purchases of pow pows and all that type of stuff. So
Well, that gun that the guy that shot the CEO was a AI created gun. That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, that was he printed his own. And what did they call them? They have a name for them.
Yeah, I can't
But
think of it.
I know. Yeah, so
It's so much.
It's not it was a 3D printed gun. Yeah.
Right, 3D printed. Anyway, I watch a lot of different sites and I see things because while I'm doing my day-to-day activity, I always have the internet in my ear and I look at a lot of different news sources and things. So I'm not actually looking at the screen when I hear a lot of conversation, but I like the fact that I could come over here with you and at least we can talk about some things besides just the ratchet shit that's going around here,
Yeah. So I'm kind of sick of I am this thing with this shooter, it kind of gets me sick of this regular media news, because they're not taking into account these people be having these positions. Why would people feel this way? People just don't feel this way about somebody getting gunned down in the street. People just don't feel that way, and it's like it's not a lack of humanity; it's frustration. They have to understand that it is only so much people can take before they break. And even like this banner, I didn't show this banner. Even you take it from, where is it? Let me see. Right here, this banner right here. Kennedy said it. Those who make a peaceful revolution impossible will make a violent revolution inevitable.
Interesting.
So,
Interesting.
yeah.
Well, I just think that what you were saying before, I guess it was a couple of videos ago, we just need to prepare for, each person needs to prepare for themselves, have some type of backup plan, whether it's for your money, for your housing, for your food, for your future, for your health care, for your medicines, because you don't know what the future is going to, show us, especially when January occurs.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that the economy does better when Republicans are in office. I don't agree with that, but
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that either. And he said the first thing that he's going to do on his first day, they asked him the first 100 days. He had a Meet the Press interview. He said is give the rich people tax cuts.
Yeah.
Like that's so needed. That is so needed for these people.
Oh, I feel so sorry for them. They're rich and they're billionaires. Let's go ahead and cut their income, whatever. I mean, cut their taxes. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm babbling enough. Let me go ahead and find some other. I'll try to cite some sources so I can chat better because I haven't had my coffee yet.
drop them to me. I'll look them
Okay,
over.
I'll send it to you.
It's good chatting with you.
Thank you
All right.
so much. It's
All
time
right.
for Ronnie Q. I missed you so much yesterday, girl. I was ready for you. I was so ready. We all were.
Yeah, and I couldn't believe what happened yesterday. I was like, "What? You can't hear me?" I had just been on Barry Carey's link.
Yeah, we
right
were playing
before.
the games.
Yeah, I was like, "What?" All
And
right,
then T.
beautiful.
Danielle couldn't get up, and that was the end of the shit. After that, it was all hell went loose. All right, bye, Miss Ronnie.
All right, have a good one. Bye-bye. All right, guys, that's it for me. I hope you had enjoyed the chat. If you want to support the channel, $ Ronnie Q. Don't forget the 14th, the charcuterie board contest, the 15th, the Secret Santa giveaway. Hope you guys had a great day. I enjoyed you all. And like, share, and
Ronnie Q. Ronnie Q. It's time for Ronnie Q. Ronnie Q. It's time for Ronnie in the morning while I'm driving. Ronnie, I really come alive when it's time for Ronnie Q. I listen to my Ronnie. Ronnie, I listen to my Ronnie. It's time for Ronnie Q. Take a seat.